Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. I got a question. Yo tengo una pregunta. Ay, ay. So, you've heard about President Trump threatening to send the National Guard into the streets of Chicago. The Supreme Court just ruled in his favor for him to increase such actions on the streets of Los Angeles. So it's going to happen. But he's been talking about this for weeks, maybe even months, that Chicago needs to have the National Guard on their streets because it's too unsafe. There are too many murders, there are too many robberies, there are too many crimes, too many sexual assaults. Something needs to be done. And you have a mayor who's in charge of Chicago who's more concerned with being racist and keeping his hair in a faux hawk. So my question is, where did all this tough talk come from? Where did this sudden surge of testicular fortitude come from? Because now you have the mayor of Chicago saying, doing his best Twisted Sister, his best Dee Snider, we're not gonna take it. We're not gonna let these federal troops come into our streets and bring their fascism to the shores of the second city. Right? They're not gonna take that shit. We're not gonna let you come here and do this, Trump. And don't worry, I'm gonna put links to all this. So then you have citizens talking about, man, we got switches over here, Trump. These niggas out here, they ain't gonna take it. You better watch. This is Chicago, Trump. This is Chicago. We're not taking this bullshit. Niggas are gonna do this, and niggas are gonna do that. They got 100-round drums, Trump. Man, shut your stupid ass up. Where did this tough talk come from? Because you gangbangers and criminals out there, I don't see you using your 100-round drums on the police. And I'm not saying that they should. Don't be stupid. But if you're so badass and you don't want people up in your neighborhoods, well, the police are always in your neighborhoods. The police have military-type equipment. They have armored vehicles. They have automatic weapons. Why don't you go fuck with them? The next time the police come and the SWAT team kicks down a door, how come you savages don't shoot it out? How come you don't bang it out with the cops in the street? Since you're so tough, since you're gonna tell Trump, we ain't gonna take it, you're not gonna do this and you're not gonna do that. Where is that kind of talk when you're dealing with the police? Oh, because you're not tough. You're full of shit. And you're not going to do anything. You're just talking because you're a bitch. You're not going to do anything. The only thing you can do is pull your guns on citizens. All you can do is gun down children in the McDonald's drive-thru and in alleys in between houses and put out cigarettes on a 9-year-old boy's chest. That's all you fuckers can do. You can gun down somebody sitting at the bus stop or somebody from another neighborhood. But when the real tough guys show up, when the real badasses show up with armored vehicles and endless bullets, you're going to tuck your tail like the fucking coward you are, and you're going to hide. And when they start zip tying you pussies and slamming you on the hoods of cars and on various pieces of pavement, then you're going to cry like a bitch to Ben Crumpet. He didn't do nothing. And then they're going to have a picture of you in kindergarten, like that's who the cops and the troops slammed on the ground was a 5-year-old you. An 8-year-old you before you became a niglet. You ain't gonna do shit when those troops show up in Chicago. Shut the fuck up. You're not gonna do anything. Remember, what was that? Trading Places. Remember when Eddie Murphy was in the jail cell and he's talking tough? Yeah, and then when they went down, they threw tear gas in my face. That's the kind of shit they use on crowds. But it ain't do nothing to me because I'm a karate man. I bruise on the inside. But you wouldn't know nothing about that because you're a big Barry White looking motherfucker. Tell us how you cut him. You got the cord of blood technique. Whoa! Remember that shit? He was talking tough. I did this and I did that. And then them two big ass dudes stood up and said, man, when they brought you in here and booked you, you was crying like a pussy. Yeah. Because that's what those gangbangers in Chicago are going to do. They're talking tough now on their iPhone 16 in the trap house. They're talking tough now, but when the troops are on your streets and they're rolling down the street in front of your house, you're going to peep out of your blinds like a bitch and you're not going to say nothing. You're going to get on your phone, oh, I wish they'd come to my house. I wish they'd kick in my front door. And if they did kick in your front door, you'd fall on the ground and pull your pants down, exposing your butthole. That's what you would do. Mayor Johnson, we're not gonna let this and let that. So you're gonna stand up to the federal government and you're gonna stand up to help, but you don't stand up to the gangbangers and savages gunning down your citizens by the hundreds every year. You're not going to stand up to the people who shot 54 and killed 7 over this past Labor Day weekend. You ain't going to do shit to them, but you're going to talk tough to the president because you know he's not going to come down there and slap the shit out of you. You know that President Trump or those National Guard troops aren't going to gun you down as you turn the key into your house, but them fucking savages might. Cowards. Every single one of them cowards. All you can do is terrorize your citizens and gun down the innocent. But you ain't gonna do shit when somebody who's armed better than you shows up in your face. Talk to me, Goose. Tell me what you think about this sudden growth of a scrotum. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. I'm out.